Hi, I'm Evan Wells, and I'm the co-president of Naughty Dog, and this is Christoph Balestra, and he's the program director. And we're here today to talk about Jak X. Jak X is the latest installment in the Jak and Daxter franchise. We really wanted to do something new with the franchise this time, make sure that we kept things fresh and kept evolving things. We wanted to look at what we did in Jak and Daxter in the past games and see an area that hadn't really been focused on enough. And something that we recognized right away in their character design that we've always had is racing elements. Jak has racing goggles on his head, and Daxter is wearing sort of a racing helmet. He's got the flaps. So it's always been part of their characters, and we've always included racing elements and racing portions of the game in our previous games, Jak 1, 2, and 3. We really felt that the racing area of the game could be fleshed out and be a full game of its own. We really felt that if we added a lot of new features like split screen, multiplayer, online, customizability, that we could actually turn it into a game in and of itself. So that's where we got Jak X. So here we got a race started, and you can see there's a nice visceral crash that I was describing earlier. So something we wanted to include in the Jak and Daxter game was just a really cool looking car. So we actually hired a transport design student out of a local college, the Pasadena Art Center actually, to design all of our cars. And you know, he had the choice of going to Detroit and making real cars, or coming to Naughty Dog and actually working with us and just you know, spreading his wings and going crazy. And you know, this is the result. We have some really cool looking cars that are fully customizable. I would like to add, you can actually switch out the body parts and make your look your own. So you can switch out the front fenders, the rear fenders, the side panels, the roof, the trunk, the hood, the exhaust, the rims. I mean, you can really tweak it out to be just how you want it to look, and then you can change the color and the stripes. And then you also get to see that be damaged in glorious fashion as you race around the track, bumping into walls. Your car will dent, the paint will scratch, the pieces will eventually start rattling around, shaking off, and getting ripped and tumbling down the road as you race by. And you can also jump in the water, as Christoph's demonstrating. Here Christoph's demonstrating another type of gameplay we have. Something that Jak and Daxter games have always had is a lot of variety in the gameplay, so we wanted to make sure we included that as well in our racing game. So besides just your standard circuit race where you're racing around to try to get in first place by getting the lowest lap times, we introduced games like this, which is a death race. So you're out on the track and you actually aren't really competing against anybody but a score. And so you've got these drone cars which are generated out in front of you as you race around the track. And each time you shoot one, you get a point, and you can see the score incrementing there in the upper right corner. And for the first lap, you get 1 point per kill, but you're encouraged to race around the track as fast as you can, because on the second lap, kills will be worth 2 points, on the third lap, 3, and so on and so forth. We also have a combo meter. You can see that come up there at the top. If Christoph kills multiple cars in a small time frame, you actually start to rack up combos, and that'll increase your score even faster. And you've got to achieve a certain score just in order to get a bronze medal or a silver or gold medal on this track, so that you can advance in the overall standings in the adventure mode. Which is another very important aspect of this game. We sort of have two sides of this. We have the adventure mode, and then we also have the multiplayer mode. And in adventure mode, we have, as I said, over 45 minutes of cinematics that tell a fun Jak and Daxter story, but we also have over 100 different events that you'll compete in and try to rack up a higher and higher medal count in order to finally enter the grand championships of Crass and take home the gold. But we also have the other side of things, which is the multiplayer aspect, which it's really cool. For the first time, Naughty Dog's games are going multiplayer, and so we have 2-player split-screen multiplayer, which you can play locally at home. But we've also included online this time, so you can go online with 6 of your friends and compete in every single event that's available in single player. Will also be available in multiplayer as well. This is an example of another type of venue we have. The previous 2 venues have been more track-based, which are more linear type experiences. This is a wide open, vast terrain arena that also has a variety of events in it. Here, this is just a simple death match. It's oh, I'm sorry, this is not death match at all. This is an artifact race. And so in this event, you actually are racing around, and you can kill each other if you want, and that'll certainly slow them down. But in order to get points, you've got to race to the artifact, which is under that shaft of light there. And anyway, we're right on schedule to get this game out fall 2005. It's going to be great, and I think everybody's got to own this game. Jak and Daxter fans, racing fans, any vehicular combat fans, you got to get this game.
You know, except for a little rash in the nether regions, I feel fine.